What's up, everybody? So, about an aquarium, right? Um, Sometimes when you buy an aquarium, like this one right here, it's a 120-gallon aquarium. Okay, it comes with um, an under gravel filter. Okay, um, I'm betting if you're watching this video, you're probably not using that filter, and you have some other sort of filtration on yours. Um, Most of us that get these aquariums that have an idea about filtration don't use under gravel filters. They're just not practical, especially in a tank like this where you've got a sand substrate. It's not going to work out so good. So I've got one over here, and since you're not using it anyway, let's show you what you can do with it. So here it is, 60 by 18. So this is 60 inches long, 18 inches wide. It's going to come with your tubing. Let me tell you the coolest thing about these little buggers right here. Coolest thing about this little filter is that it comes with basically this is airline tubing. It's just hard. So that's awesome because we're gonna build sponge filters out of this. Guys, it comes with 4 of these. Boom, 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 boom. And let me pull these guys out. Oh, by the way, these fit in power heads like perfectly. So if you ever need a piece of tubing for your power head, there it is. All right, so we pulled this ugly thing out, which I'm sure I'll find something else to use it for. I don't know. That's just me. It's what I do. Find uses for things. Okay, so inside here you've got all these really cool things. So if I open this bag one-handed and look like a fool, I think I can. Okay. You guys see there's 4 holes right there. It's meant so that you would take this tube, put it in there. You have an air line. They should come with air stones, but I don't see any. Usually you would have an air stone, but there's none in the bag. I thought those were air stones. Oh, maybe they are. Okay. I guess it's more of just like a diffuser. This is just kind of a cheap air stone. Whatever, we'll use it for what we're doing. So, all right. So normally on something like this, like I said, you take this, stick it in the hole. You take this line, the line would go inside this. You have your little diffuser on the bottom. This thing right here would go on the top. And essentially it would pump air down to the bottom, pull the air up. As it pulls the air up, it sucks the water up. The only way for the water to get in this tube is to go through these little vents right here, which, you know, your gravel's sitting on top of here. It's sucking all the crap into your gravel, essentially a gravel filter. So if we take this wonderful tube right here, we're probably going to wind up cutting this. It's a little bit tall for what I want to use it for, so I'll probably wind up cutting this a little bit just to get it into the tank I want to build it for. So let me get this thing kind of put together, get all the stuff I need, and then we'll show you exactly how we're building this thing. All right, so let me show you what I did. Okay, these skinny rods that I showed you earlier, it's actually meant to, you know, go through here. That's what you're going to attach your airline to. The rod goes all the way down. These white pieces, guys, I'm not real crazy about. So I'm going to take this one off. Now the only way you can get an air stone on the end of this is to take, you know, just a little piece of airline, cut it off, stick it on one end, and then obviously this end is going to go right here on the end of the air stone. I'm sorry, on the end of the airline. So we'll just stick it on there just like that. So we'll have the air stone on the bottom. Now I did have to cut the pipe, obviously. You guys can see the difference in length. This is going in a 29 gallon, so it's not as tall as the 120 gallon. Okay. As far as what I use to cut this, these are just PVC cutters. Use a hacksaw, whatever you would cut PVC with typically. This is just plastic. It's, you know, not real hard to cut. It's not going to shatter or anything if you go to cut it. So pretty simple. So I'm going to get everything here put together, and then we'll show you how this works. And I'm going to show you a little secret kind of thing that I'm doing with this. So let me get to it, and then I'll show you what's up. I guess I could show you now. Alright, so I've got ceramic rings. These are all cycled. You can see they're dirty. The pieces of lava rock, you know, stuff like this. I'm actually going to be using a media on this as well as a sponge. So this is going to be a sponge, part sponge and then part media filter. And we're actually going to take the media, we're going to put it inside here, and then run the air tubing through it. So let me get this thing put together, and then I'll kind of, you know, show you what's going on with it. So I got it put together. Top end looks like this. Guys, you don't have to make it this tall. I only want it this tall because I wanted to do something specific just for me, for my enjoyment, which is kind of create a little waterfall coming out of here. So, whatever. You guys can see I didn't go with the lava rock. I did just use ceramic rings inside here. You can pick up a bag of ceramic rings, guys. I think I've seen them as low as like $4.49. They're not very expensive at all. You can do this with PVC tubing. You can do this with, you know, several different things. This one here looks like 3/4 inch pipe. It's just kind of cool because it's clear. It's something I had laying around, something I've been talking about building, and finally decided to do it. So anyway, I'm going to connect my air line up on top. You guys can see the air stone on the bottom. This is going to suck air up through here. Okay, there is space in here for the air and the water both to get out. So when I'm sucking air from the bottom up through the tube, it's going to pull water in with it. So the air will escape through here, and the water will actually come out and then pour back into the tank. You guys can see I cut myself. Anyway. Okay, so on the bottom of this, guys, you've seen the filters that I built. I always have a mechanical media of some sort. In this case, I'm just using a block sponge. This is pretty big, but you can cut this or use, you know, the whole thing like me. Just gonna stick this in the hole that I created. Cool thing about block sponge, I don't remember which filter these are used for. It's just something that I buy at Petco. They come in like two pieces. You can buy just, you know, inexpensive sponge or something. This one I think is a 15 holes per inch, something like that. So anyway, there it is, guys. Put it all together. I'll throw it in the tank, show you how it works. There it is. Let's see how it does. Here comes some water. All right, so I got her up and running. You guys can get the effect there. I mean, we're pouring water out of the top. Like I said, the water pouring out of the top, just for me. You can shorten this and put it, you know, the outtake underwater. It'll just create air bubbles. Anyway, just have it in there. On the side right here, there's a couple ways you can do this. You can take like a suction cup or something and suction cup it to the side. Sorry about the blood. I hope you're not like, oh my gosh, she's bleeding, she's going to die. No, I'm good. But anyway, just, you know, on the bottom here, I've got like cherry shrimp, and you guys can see a little tiny fry, stuff like that I don't want to get sucked up through here. So that's why I do run the sponges on the bottom. See the air going through there, comes out the top, water pours out. Really cool. Little filter. Guys, this cost me, I don't know, a little bit of air tubing and ceramic media I had. So But if you were going to actually build this for your tank, I'd say this could filter a 10-gallon aquarium pretty easily. You probably get about, 30-40 gallons per hour out of this thing. So it's a filter and just under 10 gallons, a 10-gallon fish tank. So it's on a 29. I do run another filter on this tank, which is just, that thing right there. You can see I get a lot more flow out of it. If I was to actually take that air line and hook it up to this thing over here, this thing would probably be shooting water through the side of the room here. I don't want to do that. I just want a little trickle, a little water effect for me. I'm trying to get my duckweed under control, so I'll start scooping this out. I was thinking about throwing a goldfish in here to eat it. Not that that really matters. Sorry to go long ways on the video right here, but I did. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, hit the button right there. Leave a comment. This is something you guys would do with your undergraduate filter parts. Like I said, you already have the parts, you might as well do something with it. And here you go. It's an easy way to make a little filter for your tanks. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.